Revival of traditional techniques. Number of rainwater harvesting techniques are there. From rooftop we can make rainwater harvesting, or if I have only land, or I have acres of land, I don't have any construction. For that also you can do harvesting system. To make farm ponding. Sir, I am an agricultural person. Sir, if I have a residential house, do you have rooftop harvesting? There is a question. Whatever resources you have, for that you have a water harvesting technique. These are small openings in the parking area. Sir, we have a parking area in the school or college. In that place you can convert it as rainwater harvesting. So like that, in different names, rainwater harvesting can be done. And previously I have discussed with you, sir, ancient times they have built rainwater harvesting techniques. What are they? In every temples they will be having some ponds. Sir, this much of things are there. Still why we are not getting enough groundwater? That is today's class. Where we are lagging? Rainwater harvesting there, agriculture we are doing, foresting is there. Still why there is a problem of water efficiency? This is today's class. Revival of traditional technique of water harvesting system. What you have to do is you have to revive. There are three key parameters. What do you mean by reviving is? First one, restoring, renovating and reusing. These three things you have to do. Two images I have shared you. This is being done by private clubs. Not from government, what we can do for revival. This is the thing. You can see that number of algal blooms are there. These algal blooms are being taken and the rivers will be like this. Have you seen number of rivers and ponds? There will be algal bloom. If it is an algal bloom, water you should not use for drinking purpose or for any households. Water should be pure like this. After restoration, you can see here, it should be restored. Restored means it has to be taken. Another thing called desilting. Small particles in form of sand. In a seaside, if you take handful of the sand, you throw it, some parts of minute things will stuck in your hand. That is called what? Silt, I have told you. These silt particles will store below the river, and what it will happen? It will not allow the water to flow. So what you have to do is remove that. I have told number of traditional structures are there in India. Which state has more number of water harvesting structures? You see here, you see the numbers. These are the states. These are number of structures. Sir, in Karnataka they say Kere. In Kerala if you go, Surangam. There is a word called Surangam. They say it as that. In Andhra Pradesh they say it as Cheruvu. Everything is same. How much they have constructed is, you see, West Bengal is the place where you have 1 lakh ponds. That state is the leading state. Don't think that well developed states are only in South India. They are West Bengal, they are having much number of water harvesting structure. You have more than 1 lakh ponds are there, plus ponds are there. Who second? Rajasthan. In Rajasthan, what are the names of structures? Jodas, Biolis, etc. These are the different names. This I have discussed in previous class. 50,000 plus number of ponds are there. Who is number third? Third is Telangana. So now comes the South Indian states. South Indian states are Telangana, 40,000 plus. Tamil Nadu, they say it as Eri. Yes. In Karnataka, say it as Kere. 30,000 to 36,000 of Kere is there. Karnataka is the fifth state. You see West Bengal here. Is it that green color? What is in the color of brown and light brown color? These are the places we have water scarcity. These are the two states. Can you see Karnataka is having two color. Dakshina Karnataka, where we are here. This is a report of 1971 to 2020. This I have taken from Indian Meteorological Department website. Last year, previous year only, it is 890 or 900 millimeter square of rainfall was there. But in 1971, in Bangalore, we had a rainfall of 1071 mm square of rainfall we had. After 15 years, it got depleted. Today we are in 890. That is the scenario. This you can see it as a green color. What is green color? More than 1000 mm of rainfall was there. Always in Uttar Karnataka, you have 696 mm of rainfall. There we need more number of rainwater harvesting system. It is not there. Can you see Rajasthan is two types of Rajasthan is there. One thing is 328 mm square of rainfall, which are called Thar desert. These places where you don't have much rainfall, this is a Rajasthan place. East Rajasthan have high amount of rainfall, and this is a statistics which is taken from water conservation metadata. You have water body census. They are the organization. They take the water body scenarios throughout India. Which state has highest number of water bodies? I have told West Bengal. How much ponds they have, you know? Around 7,47,000 of ponds till date they have. Which are the states who are there in the list? West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh have 2,45,000 ponds are there. Next thing is Andhra Pradesh have 1,90,000 ponds are there. Still then they are being water scarred zone. Now, which are the states have least water bodies is, sir, they don't even have water bodies. Or very less is Sikkim, Chandigarh and Delhi, Arunachal Pradesh. So we are not in this zone. We have number of water bodies. Now, what are water encroachment? They will construct houses. They will construct something activities in the water bodies. Where, in which states these are higher? Uttar Pradesh. Nearby Uttar Pradesh, what you have? Delhi. In Delhi, you have highest number of encroachment. Next thing is Tamil Nadu. We will give some bribe to politicians. Then we will construct nearby the pond. Then we will be making apartments. These things are happening in Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh is third. All India, these are the three states have encroachment. But in Bangalore, they are constantly monitoring. If anything is happening, immediately they will destroy. BBMP people are doing. Recently in 2024 they have done. In RR Nagar, encroachment is being removed in 2024 by the BBMP people. We have ponds around 60%. Water conservation is only 9.3%. What we are building in structures. Reservoirs. Sir, in last class I have discussed reservoirs are there. But how much water does reservoir save is only 12%. Which is higher? More than reservoir, ponds are saving 60% of water. That is the advantage. Ministry of Jal Shakti. You have to Google it, Ministry of Jal Shakti. In that you have this details. In India, we have very less amount of lakes. Only 0.9% of lakes are only there. In need of revival. This kind of things, when rainfall comes, the water will come above the road. Why? Because it is completely filled. There is a restoration has to be done. Agricultural land. What you have to do is, you have to dig this kind of small channels. By these channels, you can revive. Further, I am going to discuss few techniques. This has to be done for revival. What is first technique is restoration and rehabilitation. If any pond or waterway is there, can you see sediment here? If water is passing here, what it will happen? Slowly this kind of silt or sediment particles will be there here. These are called dust. Have you visibly seen? The river water will not be so pure. Whatever dusts are there, it will carry. What it will happen? It will store the dust in the river places. That is called sediment. You have to take these sediments called desilting, and whatever things we throw it, it has to be taken away from the pond. So this is called desilting. Next thing is embankment. When we are sending water to the irrigation places, those irrigation places, this kind of canals, the sideways are called embankments. There will be two sides, no? When there is any water going, there will be two sides. These two sides are called embankments. It has to be properly made it into a flat surface in order to send the water. Can you see here? This is during renovation and this is after renovation. June 1 monsoon is going to come. As a government, what they have to do is, in May itself, they have to take a JCB. Wherever there is water flow, they have to take all the silt. They have to take all the sediments, dust particles away from the channel. what it will happen? Then only the water will move freely, infiltration will happen. If we are not doing it, what will happen? That water will go into other places where it cannot store. Do you understand? These things they have to do it before the monsoon. Now clearing the feeder channels, embankments, removal of weeds and solid waste. Weeds are plants. Unwanted plants are called weeds. Some grasses might be there and algae might be there. They are called weeds. This is a river. How many years they are doing this renovation work is from 2019 to 2023. 5 years they are doing this work. Can you see slowly the river is being expanded? Can you see here? After 5th year, the river place is expanded here. Planting trees nearby the canal or planting trees nearby the river. It has to be done. What is the need of planting trees along the river? Provide what? Sir, we are planting the trees in the land is okay. But why we need to plant trees along the river? What it will happen? It increases the root. If roots are increased, what is happening there? The roots will allow some place to infiltrate, no? The water will infiltrate automatically. You no need to make bore. You don't need to make a pit there. If you make a tree, that tree will make the path for the water to infiltrate inside. And also it will catch the soil. That rich fertile soil it will take and go. So if trees are there, it will hold the soil also. It will not leave the fertile soil. So soil is being preserved, groundwater will improve. These two benefits are being received by maintaining the river places. Wherever you see there is a water path, you have to plant it. This has been done by the government. Can you see? Along the side, they have done afforestation. What is deforestation? Cutting. What is afforestation? Planting. Where we should plant? Along the river side. Can you see? Number of river side, the afforestation is being done. This has to be done to improve or revive. Contour trenching has to be done. Soil conservation measures and runoff will get reduced. I have heard about the name watershed. I am living in a hilly place. Example, Bangalore is also a hilly place. In a particular place, all the water will collect in a hill place. It is called a watershed. Can you see here? If rainfall comes, all the water will form in a particular place. This will become as a pond. This is called a watershed. Now, in an image you can see all the places in an elevated place. When rainfall comes, all the rainfall will be collected here. There you have to create a embankment. Embankment means what? You have to build a small dam. If you are building that, this water will store here. Kedarnath is a place where the temple is constructed in this kind of a place. Here. What will happen if any heavy rainfall is there? The rainwater will go along the Kedarnath and it will wash away. Do you understand? So what you have to build is, you have to build an embankment. If you are constructing an embankment, the water will not wash and it will not be flooded. It has to be made it as village maintenance, community led management. These things can be done. NCC, NSS clubs are there. Don't always think that removing the plastics, clearing the shrubs, this is also an activity. But what you can do is, planting this kind of trees along the river is an activity you have to do. Common people doesn't know. NSS students will do. School students also are doing, no? NCC, NS school students also do. But as an engineer, what initiative you have to do is, you have to do technical initiative. How to build a rainwater harvesting in a village. Sir, we already know the traditional method. What you have to do is, you have to integrate with rainwater harvesting. This is a simple idea here. Traditional water harvesting system called well. Sir, nearby house you have a well. If I am constructing a rainwater harvesting, that water can be stored in a small containers, 2000 or 3000 liter container. After filling that, it has to go to the wells. Automatically, if it is overflowing, can you see here? There is a storage here. After it stores, the overflow should go to a well. Are you constructing a well? No, you are not constructing. Already before 100 years they might be constructed. What you have to do is a small storage tank you can construct. After the rooftop water is filling, you can take it away to the well. The same way in a place you can use integration of GIS techniques. By using global systems, you can monitor the water and you can make a scientific plan in order to store the water. So traditional and the modern system of rainwater harvesting. Also you can collect all the roadside water and collect it into a common storage of water system. Watershed area. Sir, in a hilly place, how they will manage water is like this. What is the name called? Ruza system. It's been followed in hilly areas. These are the hilly places. Automatically the water will store at different layers and you can use it for further purposes. So construction of small cost Kadins and this Ruda system can be constructed. In Coorg this system can be adaptable. Sir, in Coorg you cannot construct a well. You can construct this kind of Ruza systems. And this kind of indigenous practice. The Ruza system has been used in uphill places, storage fields. Example of Biolis and Jalaras, and this is been found in South India as well as the North India. You can see here there is a well and the people are engaged in restoring the existing well. Once it's constructed, it gets contaminated. You can see here the water gets contaminated due to human activities and natural silt depositions, which has to be taken away and it has to be maintained. So the existing Biolis and Jalaras wells might be restored in order to revive the existing rainwater harvesting system. Next thing is encroachment removal. I have told BBMP has removed the encroachment. Over 40 unauthorized sheds and structures which are built on the drain where it is demolished as a part of the operation. So in Bangalore it has been recently done in 2024. This encroachment has been removed. And it is not only removing, that people has to be identified and the necessary housing has to be provided for reviving. Next thing is structural strengthening. What do you mean by structural strengthening is lining this kind of canal system. This is being lined by concretes. What it will happen? It will reduce the removal of soils along the embankment on both the sides. When it has been protected, the water can run to a particular agricultural field and reduced evaporation, high runoff will be there. This can be particularly used for from dam to irrigation fields. This structural strengthening helps the check dams and recharge wells near the traditional system. We can construct this kind of check dams, a small construction which will improve the strength of existing pond. For recharge wells also it will help. Now government initiative, not only individual level, community level, now comes government level. What are the initiations at government level they have done is MGNREA, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Program. It's a 100 days program for rural people. Revival works are being done by these people and the rural people will help the existing tanks and existing ponds, renovating projects. These people are being used. So this way the government is providing a key initiative for recovery. Then Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchaya Yojana been launched in 2009 to 10. This program gives 60-40 percentage and in case of states and 90-10 percentage, 90 percentage central government, 10 percentage of state government. Kind of initiation is being given for water oriented, water development or water reviving programs, and they provide fund 50 percentage or 60 percentage of fund if they are purchasing drip irrigation system, revival of that, removing the these yojanas are being initiated in order to help the farmers for restoring this activity. Now, what are the challenges is urban encroachment is the key challenge here. The land encroachment where the water cannot be stored. Next thing is loss of traditional knowledge where earlier they used to have a good water knowledge in ancient times. That traditional knowledge is being lost now when we are constructing into a modern technology does not have a complete system. The awareness for the people is very less. So they are not being much aware to preserve the water as much as we have done in traditional system. So this creates loss of traditional knowledge. Whatever they have practiced, we are not practicing. Traditional system follows a practice for water conservation. That is not being followed now. And the poor maintenance, the policy and infrastructural gaps. Even though this much of schemes and facilities are there, still some policies and gaps which has to be filled. This has to be taken necessary action at different level in order to meet the requirement for the revival of water conservation technique. So throughout India, you can see in the map. So in South India, in Tamil Nadu, they say it as Urani or Eri, and in Kerala, they say it as Keni and Surangam. In Karnataka, we say it as Kere, Madaka, Onde, etc. In Andhra Pradesh, they call it as Cheruvu. Throughout the India, we call it as a different kind of a system. Everything is a traditional water conservation technique. So these things has to be preserved. How much they have constructed earlier, which has to be preserved.